You meet someone, and suddenly, everything clicks. They text you first thing in the morning. They call you beautiful, brilliant, irreplaceable. They plan elaborate dates. They talk about the future like you have already been together for years. You feel seen. You feel chosen. You feel like you finally found someone who understands you. But here is the thing. That feeling, that rush, it might not be love. It might be a trap. Love bombing is not romance. It is a strategy. It is the emotional equivalent of someone handing you a drink laced with something you cannot see. You drink it, you feel amazing. And by the time you realize something is wrong, you are already hooked. The scary part, it looks exactly like real love. At least in the beginning. The flowers, the compliments, the grand gestures. They mirror everything you ever wanted. And that is the point. Love bombers do not show up wearing a mask. They show up as your dream partner. They study you. They learn what makes you feel special, and then they weaponize it. Real love builds slowly. It respects boundaries. It gives you space to breathe, to think, to be yourself. Love bombing does the opposite. It overwhelms you. It consumes you. It moves so fast that you do not have time to question whether this person is real or whether they are performing. The difference is in the intent. Someone who genuinely cares about you wants to know you. A love bomber wants to own you. They are not interested in your complexity. They are interested in your compliance. They shower you with attention, not because you deserve it, but because they need something from you. Control, validation, a place to project their own emptiness. And here is the brutal truth. Love bombing works because most people are starving for connection. We live in a world where everyone is too busy, too distracted, too afraid to be vulnerable. So when someone shows up and offers you everything you have been missing, you do not ask questions, you just take it. You think you finally won. You think you found the one. But you did not. You found someone who knows how to manipulate emotion like a currency. The red flags are there. They are always there. But love bombers are experts at making you ignore them. They move fast because speed creates confusion. If they can get you emotionally invested before you have time to think, they win. That is why they talk about marriage on the third date. That is why they say, "I love you" before they even know your middle name. That is why they make you feel like the center of the universe in week 1 and like a burden by week 6. Real love does not rush. It does not need to. It is confident in its own pace. It does not demand that you abandon your friends, your hobbies, your sense of self in order to prove your devotion. Love bombing does. It isolates you. It makes you believe that this person is the only one who truly gets you. Everyone else, they just do not understand. They are jealous. They are negative. They are trying to ruin what you have. That is the shift. That is when the mask starts to crack. Because love bombing is not sustainable. It is a performance. And no one can keep up a performance forever. Eventually, the person who showered you with affection becomes distant, critical, cold, and you are left wondering what you did wrong. You replay every conversation. You analyze every text. You try harder. You give more. You shrink yourself because you are chasing the version of them that showed up in the beginning. But that version never existed. It was bait, and you took it. The most dangerous part of love bombing is not the intensity. It is the aftermath. Because once you are hooked, the real manipulation begins. They pull back. They give you just enough attention to keep you around, but not enough to make you feel secure. You become anxious, desperate, willing to do anything to get back to the way things were. And that is exactly where they want you. Dependent, confused, convinced that if you just love them harder, they will go back to being the person you fell for. They will not, because that person was a lie. So how do you tell the difference? How do you know if someone is genuinely into you or just playing a game? You slow it down. You watch how they react when you set a boundary. You see if they respect your need for space or if they punish you for it. You notice whether they are interested in your life or just interested in how much of your life they can control. Real love does not make you feel crazy. It does not make you second-guess your instincts. It does not require you to lose yourself in order to keep someone else happy. Love bombing does all of those things. It convinces you that intensity equals passion, that jealousy equals care, that control equals commitment. It does not. Those are not love. Those are warnings. And if you are in it right now, if you are reading this and feeling that knot in your stomach because something resonates, listen to that feeling. Do not talk yourself out of it. Do not let them talk you out of it. Your gut knows. It always knows. The problem is, we have been trained to ignore it. We have been told that love is supposed to be hard, that relationships take work, that if you just stick it out, things will get better. But there is a difference between working through challenges and being emotionally manipulated. One makes you stronger, the other makes you smaller. Love bombing is not about you. It never was. It is about them, their need for control, their fear of abandonment, their inability to connect in a real, vulnerable, sustainable way. So they fake it, they perform it, they give you a highlight reel and hope you do not notice that there is no substance underneath. You deserve substance. You deserve someone who shows up consistently, not just when it benefits them. You deserve someone who sees you as a whole person, not as a project or a possession. You deserve love that feels safe, not love that feels like a roller coaster you cannot get off. So watch the pace. Watch the patterns. Watch how they treat you when you are not giving them what they want. Because real love does not disappear when you say no. It does not punish you for having needs. It does not require you to prove your worth over and over again. Love bombing does. And the sooner you recognize it, the sooner you can walk away. Because staying means losing yourself. And no relationship, no matter how good it felt in the beginning, is worth that. You are not the problem. You are not too picky. You are not asking for too much. You are just finally learning the difference between someone who loves you and someone who loves the idea of controlling you. And that difference, it changes everything.